Aries, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-July 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's going on for the lovely Aries collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous, my friends. Shuffle it up one time, see what we got for you this week, my guides. Talk to me. What's up with Aries, please? And yeah, we're going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going. Let's rock. Let's see what we got for Aries right here up front. My guides, talk to me. What's up with my friends? There we go. All right, so we do have this Ten of Wands energy showing up right here. This could be a little bit of a burdensome type of vibe. You might need a rest or relaxation here. There's a lot of things that this card could represent. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the July subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading, let's talk about it. So if you look at the imagery of this card, you see that one person with another person literally on their back. So this does remind me a lot of the Ten of Wands. This could represent somebody with a lot of determination who's like really gutting it out. Like, no, I got this. I'm going to keep it going, keep it moving. But to me, this can be burdensome, right? Someone who has a lot on their mind, whether it's the heart, the soul, the mind, the physical body. Like, this card could be someone who's dealing with something a little bit heavy in this time. I always say, like, you might need to watch areas like your neck, back, and spine. You might need a good rub down, a massage, like keep it loose, because this card could warn against issues in that realm of the body. But it's a little bit of a heaviness here. Now, in its good sense, like I said, this is somebody who's going to keep it moving, keep it trucking here. But there might be some heavy topics afoot. So we're just going to put this down right here. I mean, and once again, that doesn't just have to be your energy. This could be someone that's very close to you dealing with archetypes like that. But as I always say, that first card doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. Let's get into tarot now. Okay, let's get into the meat and potatoes. I'm going to get you 3 cards in the upright before we get the intuitive juiciness going. So let's shuffle it up one time for Aries here in mid-July. See what we got for you, my friends, please, my guides. So let's talk about last week's reading. Talk about heavy. It was titled A Serious Situation, and I was seeing that circulating around a lot of the Aries collective. There could have been very important or serious things on the priority list, okay? Now, whether it's work, whether it's money, whether it's romance, it's all very personal, but I was feeling an air of seriousness. I was getting a little bit of a Nine of Swords energy as well, so hopefully you haven't been dealing with any nerves or anxiousness. But let's get you 3 cards. Let's start this off right, my friends. Let's see what we got for Aries, please, my guides. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're connected to. So let's get you 3. What do we got for Aries, please? Okay, so we're back to communication, and this is something we were seeing for you a couple of weeks ago, and it's showing up right in the forefront. We got the Page of Pentacles. We're just going to let him chill right there for a moment. Let's get a couple more and build this story. Big earth sign energy, might be learning new things, new chapters. Okay, we got the Devil in position number 2. This could be a tempting type of energy I'm already picking up right here. Okay, let's get one more before we talk about it, because the Devil could represent some sort of warning. Okay, yeah. I mean, if there's going to be some sort of test or temptation, you might pass it with flying colors, because we have the 6 of Swords right here on the back end, which is a very good sign. I like to see that, especially following some devil energy. But let's go through one by one. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get that juicy, intuitive stuff going. Now, at first glance, I will mention this. We have a lot of earthy energy right here up front with the Page of Pentacles and the Devil. They're both earth sign energy, which could feel stuck sometimes. It could also feel heavy sometimes. Could be a big focus on the material world itself. But we do have action in the end, coming from a rough time into a positive. So things that you may have been struggling with, or things that have been nagging at you in recent days and weeks, could lighten up and could get a lot better. But let's go through one by one. Position number 1, we have the Page of Pentacles. Now, this, once again, could represent an earth sign person. Pages could represent children. They show up often when there's new things or new chapters in play. So I love the Page of Pentacles. They're all students, they're all messengers. I say it every single time. So you might be wanting to learn something new, get into a new endeavor of some sort, like very early stages. But this could literally just be a conversation or a talk, like somebody wanting to have a talk with you. And we'll see when we clarify what it could represent. But it could be a message, a communication, anything along those lines whenever we have a page. And it seems like we're starting this reading off with this page energy. So like someone opening up those lines of communication. But moving to the center, we have the devil. That's why I said, I mean, the devil means a lot of things. It's a major arcana card. But with this page, like the communication, the talk, there might be some form of temptation or somebody tempting you to do something or act a certain way. But the devil in the center could just represent a Capricorn. Maybe you have some Capricorn placements. If that's the case, simple. We'll clarify it and see what's up. But generally, when we see the devil, it could talk about somebody who is captive to their own wants and desires. This could represent toxicity. It could be obsessiveness. Could be jealousy, anything along those lines. It could be an individual that's very possessive. It could represent addictions, things that are hard to resolve when we see this devil. So when I see it, I always say it could be a warning of some sort, but it could absolutely represent temptation, especially next to a communication card. So we're really going to want to see what's up with this, whether it's a warning or not, whether it's old or new. The devil energy must be explored. Hold on, I knocked the page off his little bearings there. Let's get him back. Okay, now moving right here to the back end, we have the Six of Swords. One of the best cards we'll want to receive after initial cards like that. The Six of Swords, you see the people, they're in a boat, they're moving. So when we see this, it represents action. Every reader says it, it's coming out of the hectic, crazy waters into the calm, cool, and collective. So when I see this card, I think of improvements, vast improvements, anything that's been a sticky situation. If you do have a test coming your way of some sort, whether it's a moral test, whether it's a physical test, a mental test, this card could be you passing that or moving forward. Any issues, any problems that you've been struggling with recently could be resolved in a big way. So to me, when I see this in this position, it could represent some sort of big win or victory. So I really like to see this, especially with the reading we saw last week with serious situations and stuff like this. Since it is of the sword suit, it could represent the mind, but once again, this is another communication card. So it's interesting to see how all these threads are playing together. I want to dive deeper on all of it, Aries. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get one more good shuffle here for you, my friends. Let's see what's going on, my guides. What do we got for Aries here? Please and thank you. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Page of Pentacles. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Aries, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Page of Pentacles time. Why is this page here for Aries, please? Thank you. All right, yeah, this could be somebody either bringing up the past or a blast from the past coming through for a lot of Aries. We have the Death card in the upright. Okay. And for a portion of you, I do feel like this could be someone bringing up something that's happened a long time ago, or bringing up ancient history. For a portion of you, this could represent a connection to Scorpio. Don't be nervous about the Death card. It's more of a card of transformation. There could be someone coming in saying like, hey, I've changed. This is also a karmic type of card as well that could speak of the karmic cycles of life. So when I see this, yes, of course, it could be somebody either digging up the past or the past coming back around. If we're not talking karmic, once again, this is a card of importance. It's a card of seriousness, like we've been seeing the past couple of weeks. So these can be talks in a similar vein, but maybe this is someone tempting you to go back to ways that you've long moved past. For a portion of you, watch out for that, especially if we're looking at temptation here, because there is still that air of someone saying like, I mean, they could be reflecting on the past, but it's like caving to old ways in some sort of way, whether it's a way you used to act or something you used to do. There might be some sort of big temptation at play or a test coming up. Because when I see karmic cards, I think of karmic tests. All right, that's a lot. I know I just gave like 4 or 5 different meanings there, but I'm just going stream of consciousness for you. The Death card is a very powerful energy. Okay, nothing to be nervous about, but it's powerful. And there is that link. We'll talk about it more when we get to the recap. I'm just going to keep pressing along. We're not going to get hung up on any cards here. We're going to keep it simple and smooth. Let's see what's up with that devil. And I really want to get over to that Six of Swords and see if we could get a resolution here. But why is the Devil here for Aries? Thank you. Yeah. I mean, we have the card that represents you here underneath the Devil. This could be somebody who's a little obsessed with you or jealous of you for sure when I see this. Okay, when we have the Devil and the Emperor, the card representing Aries. Now, if you're a cross watcher, maybe these are some things that you're, I mean, it's all very personal what you're going through. But there is something left unresolved. I'm still getting that tempting as well. There's a big temptation or test afoot, and it could be linked karmically. When we see the Emperor, though, aside from the connection to Aries, this is a card of authority figures, shot callers, bosses. So maybe some of you are having issues with an authority figure in life. That could be representative here, like a toxic one. But aside from that, I see a lot of you trying to get something under control, okay? Whether it is something from the past popping up, whether it's something current. As we move towards this Six of Swords, this is a card of control, like shot calling. So I see a little grappling with oneself. A lot of you could be trying to self-improve or wrestle with your demons in whatever form they come in. So I would say generally that would be a good thing, but just watch out. There might be someone who is a little obsessive about you or jealous towards you in some sort of way. And I'll just leave that because that could be a warning for sure. We're going to keep moving over to the Six of Swords. Lots of major arcana popping out now. We got 5 cards out. Half of them are major arcana. Very powerful. So this could be a powerful warning about certain individuals in your life, but let's see what's up with that Six of Swords. Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadows. I know I've just been given lots of different messages. Only take what hits for you, my friends. So why is this Six of Swords here for Aries, please? Thank you. Hanged Man in reverse. Yeah, some of you might have had enough of something, like enough is enough, or you're completely over it. We have the Hanged Man in reverse underneath this Six of Swords. Like, all right, yeah, I'm not going to sit around anymore. Like, the time to act is now. The time for action is now. I'm not just going to sit idly by and let this happen. So just know for a lot of you, like, you might be spurred into taking some sort of big action, or I don't want to say explosive, but like important action towards something or away from something in this time. The Hanged Man is another card that could represent Scorpio. So we do have 2 Scorpio cards here, big cards of transformation. The Hanged Man could also represent Virgo. But when we see it in reverse, it's that full-fledged action. So I'm getting that big here on the back end, like, all right, I'm not going to sit around and let this get worse, or I'm not going to sit around and just let this happen. I'm going to make a move. I'm going to take an action, okay? And a lot of you might be fed up with something, or you've had enough, like enough is enough type of energy. So do with that what you will. It's only coming in towards the back end. But if that's a feeling that you're having to help you resolve whatever it is you're going through, that could be healthy, because I am picking up self-improvement here overall, which is nice. It's a metamorphosis. It's a process that we all go through. So let's go through and do a quick little recap here, Aries. Then we'll get into the shadow card real quick. If you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the Page of Pentacles with the Death card in the upright. We have a lot of Scorpio placement things happening here, a lot of Earth, even Aries. But the first initial message I was picking up here is the past could come back around, or someone could try to bring up the past. Whether it's something you've done in the past, there could be a big tempting to fall back into old patterns or old ways here as well. Picking up a lot of things. This could represent karmic energy swinging back on you. So I was picking up a lot of different situations that could be popping up. But moving to the center, we get more of this temptation. We have the Devil with the Emperor in the upright, the Aries card. So apply it however you want. Some of you could just be trying to get your demons under control in some sort of way. Like, I was feeling that there could be someone jealous of you or possessive of you. You could be having issues with authority figures that are a little toxic in their own way. But there's a good, like, getting everything under control. Like, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm not going to stand idly by. Because as we get to the back end, we have the Six of Swords, pardon me, with the Hanged Man in reverse. This to me was someone getting ready to take some action. I was feeling that enough is enough. I'm not going to stand by and just let this happen. I'm going to take action. I'm going to make moves, and we're going to improve this situation, or we're going to improve ourselves. It's a big vibe here. Like, this is somebody who's just not going to sit and just let things keep elapsing in a certain way, which would be good, especially when we have Devil energy and all the stuff we were speaking about. So please take a screenshot of that, Aries. I'm going to get you 1 shadow card here real quick, just to put a cherry on top of the reading. So let's see what's up for Aries, please, my gods. What do we got in the shadows? What's in the shadows for Aries? So whether this is a shadow within yourself or, you know, something that you don't quite see, I always like to pull this card at the very end. I think it's nice and introspective. So let's see what's in the shadows for you, Aries. What do we got, my gods? What is in the shadows for my friends? Yeah, the deck is jumping. There we go. It flew over to the side desk, so we're going to grab that. All right, we got the Two of Cups showing up here, my friends. So let's talk about the shadow side of the Two of Cups. It could represent, obviously, connections with those that we are connected to in an emotional way. It's a very powerful type of card. It's soul connections, but we need to remember that we're looking at the shadow side of this. So there might be something in a way that you pair bond with individuals, or this could be someone that you have a lot of care for, right? There could be a lot of emotional connection here, and it's showing up in the shadows for whatever reason, whether it's someone that you haven't lost care for, or they haven't lost care for you. But the Two of Cups is saying there is something regarding partnerships that is left unresolved here, or a way that you may function within these paradigms that Spirit might want you to take a look at. Because this, to me, is a card of one-on-one interpersonal relationships, okay? So whether it's one that you're going through now or one from the past, it still needs to be healed from, and it's still, you need to shine a light on it, because the connection is still showing up here heavily, Aries. But yeah, my friends, that's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the July subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the June subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced in my community tab after this week's fire and air signs readings. But for July, I'll be giving away 2 copies of the Everyday Witches Tarot. Once again, one of my favorite decks and one of the first ones I ever gave away on this channel. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the tarot suits, which one has your favorite art style? Is it the swords, wands, pentacles, cups, even the major arcana? You'll be entered to win. And at the end of July, I'll put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.